better of Hearts just once in their last 31 meetings. Could they end that depressing sequence today? Well, Jock Brown was there to see.
The changing face of Fir Park with that impressive new south stand scheduled for opening before the end of the year. But Motherwell's on-the-field plans are once again savaged by injuries. Out are Griffin, O'Donnell, McLeod, Phillippen, Simpson, Ferguson and Gourley. So there are opportunities here for Paul Shepstone, who starts a first-team match for the first time following his transfer from Blackburn Rovers, and for the local boy Jamie Dolan. The regular goalkeeper Billy Thompson is fit, but he can't displace Sieb Dijkstra. The 26-year-old Dutchman has seized the chance presented by Thompson's early season injury, and he plays his 6th consecutive match today. The Hearts have lost Graham Hawke through suspension and Craig Levine through injury from the side, which lost in midweek to Standard Liège. But skipper Alan McLaren is in the starting lineup, along with George Wright, and John Miller replaces Glyn Snowden, who's on the bench. And with Eamon Bannon's now being used sparingly, a fellow former Dundee United player, Alan Preston, returns to the left flank after being ineligible for Europe. He was involved at a value of £85,000 in the transfer which recently took Scott Crabb to Tannadice. He played his 4th match under Joe Jordan this afternoon. And the referee is Hugh Dallas Schrombonkel, who has just been appointed to the FIFA list, effective from January, at the age of 34, after just one full season in Grade 1. It's the fastest ever rise by a Scottish referee, who's handling only his 2nd Premier Division match this afternoon. The Hearts set off in their attempt to overcome the disappointment of that European defeat in midweek. And Motherwell looking to get back on the rails in the league. They've been struggling in recent times, and they've had to change their side constantly because of injuries. So there's going to be a very interesting opening spell, I think, in this match, with the initiative to be seized by one of the sides. Motherwell determined to pose problems for Hearts at the start. Baird forcing his way forward, stopped there by Angus. This is Arnott with Dolan supporting in central midfield, and now Cooper. This is John Miller, and the challenge came in there from Dolan, which resulted in a foul by Miller. So Jamie Dolan, 23 years old, signed for Motherwell Boys Club in 1987. Cooper's pass finds Arnott. It's blocked there by McLaren. That's George Wright. And Rob McKinnon trying the first-time shot with his weaker foot, the right. Looking for his first goal of the season. Challenge there between Baird and McCart. I think we'll see a few of these in the match this afternoon. Motherwell captain restored to fitness. He scored a couple of goals in the last 2 matches. So growing confidence there. So that black armband you see there is a mark of respect for Wilson Humphreys, the very well-known Motherwell player. He played in the cup final set in 1952 and then was a highly respected coach in the Scottish game over a long number of years. He died on Thursday. Here's Davy Cooper looking for Kirk through the middle. Some Hearts with their familiar setup. Davy Cooper will try to stretch that on the left flank for Motherwell. Preston is very quick indeed, and McCart had to get that right. His timing had to be perfect. Preston, one of the quickest players in the country, and McCart recognised that. There's Robertson. Preston, good challenge by Nyholt. The Hearts have the corner kick. Alan Preston had a number of very impressive performances for Dundee United without being able to establish himself completely in the side. This time Martin wins the high ball from Baird. There's McLaren. And Preston. Shepstone's header. Played on well by Ferguson for McKinley. Player facing him is Dolan. Ball still in play. Swept away now by Nyholt. McLaren to Van de Ven. And Robertson is caught offside. Good judgment shown there by the Motherwell defence. Coming out effectively in the line there. Overrun by Arnott, helped on his way by Kirk, straight to Shipstone. An accurate cross, there's Arnott! And a golden opportunity is spawned there by Dougie Arnott. Perhaps a couple of inches too short for that ball played in by Shipstone. A very accurate cross that by the Motherwell number 7, and Dougie Arnott will feel, I think, he should have had that on target. Best chance of the match so far. Miscue there by McCarthy, allowing McKinley to break. Highhold looking very determined there. And McKinley caught on the turn by Paul Shipstone. A £300,000 signing from Dundee 4 years ago, McKinley. Proving to be excellent value. There's Robertson. Deadly finishing by John Robertson. He makes it look so simple. So 19 minutes of the first half gone. And Hearts' good spell of forming as Motherwell continues. In the simplest fashion here. A little chip free kick by McKinley. Just look at the way Robertson slips Brian Martin here. It looked so easy, and then in that position, there are few better in the country. Robertson gets goal number 6 of the season. And it's another major setback for Motherwell at home. Good challenge made by McKinnon. Good goal off by his former Rangers teammate, Derek Ferguson. And Arnott putting pressure on Henry Smith. Not once but twice. The result was a goal kick. The ball was never under the control of the goalkeeper. So there's no infringement there. Henry Smith looks remarkably calm in the circumstances. The ball not getting to the penalty line quickly enough. That's how difficult it was for Henry Smith in the end. Dolan's header there, Steve Kirk. Needs support in the middle, but prefers to test Henry Smith. Preston is away from Nyholt. Brian Martin scooping the ball into the air for Angus. This is Ferguson. Robertson. Good running by Mackay. He's away from McKinnon. And a let-off undoubtedly again for Motherwell. Gary Mackay's cross going right across the 6-yard line. Lawrence swinging pass finds Mackay. Hearts now in full cry. They've taken a grip of this game. And this is a stage in the match where Motherwell really cannot afford to give anything else away. They're under severe pressure now. They had hoped for support on the left. Preston had gone right into the centre though. Here's Tosh McKinley. Miller. Martin winning that comfortably. This is Preston. Another bad effort there by Alan Preston. Very good left foot, the young forward. This needed a good clearance from Brian Martin initially, and then Preston set himself for the shot. Dykstra had that under control, I think. This is Rob McKinnon. Good running there again by Angus. Well read though by Van de Ven. A couple of very experienced players, both of whom had spells at Aberdeen. Angus coming to Motherwell via Dundee. And no time for the throw at half-time. John Robertson did the difference between the two teams with that very good strike in 19 minutes, taking the free kick from McKinley, slipping Brian Martin, then drilling the ball past the feet of Steve Dykstra. And that is a lead which Hearts, at the balance of play in the first half, in my view, thoroughly deserve. It's Motherwell 0, Hearts 1. Number 12 there of Paul Baker, the substitute for Motherwell, starts the second half. He has come on to replace Dougie Arnott. Clearly Motherwell believe they need some height in attack. They certainly lacked that in the first half, where they had no real threat to the big men at the back for Hearts. It's also a psychological barrier for Motherwell to cope with here, because
the last 5 seasons, they have only won 1 game against Hearts here at Fir Park. That was in 1988 when they won by 2-0. Steve Kirk was one of the scorers on that occasion. Apart from that, it's been a tale of woe for Motherwell. Even more so, I may say, at Tynecastle. The last Motherwell victory there in the league was in 1976, and that's offside against McKinnon. So Robert Orman, the linesman for Falkirk, halts the progress of McKinnon. And the score at the moment, 1-0 to Hearts, was the exact scoreline in both matches here in the league at Fir Park between the clubs last season. So Motherwell really do have to overcome something of a jinx. Well, they won't accept that, I'm sure. They just haven't had any joy at all against Hearts for a long time. Chris McCart hustled there from the rear, and Alan Preston going in as a very good, brave diving save by Steve Dykstra. Alan Preston is in trouble also. The ball played away there by Luke Nyholt, and Steve Dykstra deserves enormous credit for his save there. He's clearly in a lot of pain, but it was the pressure applied by Baird on McCart which gave Preston this chance to use his pace, and it was very good goalkeeping by Dykstra, with both players suffering massively, although no question of there being any foul either way. Well, generous applause here for Preston. Looks like a bad knee injury, this. Well, frustration and disappointment on the face of the young Hearts player. He is removed from the field of play. And the throw there taken by John Robertson to give a goal kick to Motherwell. Very sporting indeed. Well, Dykstra will opt out of this goal kick in the circumstances, leaving this to Brian Martin. Martin, of course, wants to sprint forward here to make sure there's no chance of Hearts being left onside by a quick return ball. Van de Ven. Cross goes Baird. Holding the ball up. Good play by McKinley. Ball was in play. And it's turned in by Martin. It's an own goal by Brian Martin. After some excellent play by Tosh McKinley on the Hearts left. Well, it's a savage blow to Motherwell, this. Baird playing this to McKinley, who held off Shipstone, just got to the ball in time. Across it came, between the goalkeeper and McKinnon, and Martin left to turn it past his own goalkeeper. Well, that perhaps happened a shade too early, because Steve Dykstra is still looking a little bit groggy in goal for Motherwell. So that second goal for Hearts coming 6 minutes into the second half. 51 minutes, an own goal by Martin. A long way back now for Motherwell. Headed away there by Van de Ven. Well, one or two Motherwell players were complaining there that the ball had gone over the line before McKinley played it across, although I think the replay perhaps suggests that the linesman got it right, although it was difficult for him on the far side. Head flick on by Robertson. There's Baird. Back it comes to Robertson. And Ian Baird is offside. Now the joy of the Hearts fans suppressed instantly. So there's the linesman there, David Boyle from Drimmen. Well, all looks very comfortable at this stage for Hearts. 2-goal cushion, growing in confidence, putting passes together well, supporting well, competing in all areas. It's Motherwell of the problems, and they've reorganised tactically Motherwell with Davy Cooper in that hole behind the strikers. Through the middle, he's operating. There's Baker with McLaren. Kirk brings the ball clear. A chance now for Motherwell. There's Steve Kirk. Oh, what a delightful attempt that was by Kirk. It just is not Motherwell's day at the moment. Well, it was a very good challenge by Baker, which allowed Kirk to work the ball clear. He goes past Van de Ven very well indeed here, and then chips the ball beyond Henry Smith, who is certainly beaten there. Could scarcely have been closer. McLaren now to Ferguson. Motherwell operating with Luke Nyholt in central defence. There he is, going in against Ian Ferguson. McCart in the right back position. Careless one from defence. Mackay to Ian Ferguson. Played in the near post area there for Robertson. The chance is on for Baird. And a good block by Dijkstra. Perhaps keeps Motherwell in the game. Here's Davy Cooper. That's for Baker. Can he get the better of McLaren? Very few have done that this afternoon. Here's Steve Kirk. Dolan. Wide for McKinnon. He had to hurry there, all right. That's a good cross. There's Baker. Well, that's what he's brought on for, that kind of cross. Nyholt. Straight to the head of Miller. This is Baird. Space on the right for Mackay. Things going all Hearts' way at the moment. John Robertson has found space. Now Baird. Really good close control on the ground, but he's lost a shooting chance. Here's Mackay though, and a blatant body check at the edge of the penalty area. Well, Motherwell were defensively at sea there. They lost John Robertson through the middle. Some hesitancy and uncertainty in the heart of that defence. And Ian Baird might well have made them pay after Robertson set him up. Dijkstra organising his wall. Well, this is the kind of situation John Robertson relishes. What a let-off again for Motherwell. Dijkstra was stranded there as the ball came off the post. That's well held by the keeper. Well, that's twice inside a minute. Motherwell could have gone 3 behind. It's beautifully struck, this ball. John Robertson, such a clean striker, and Dijkstra was certainly beaten. Well, Hearts manager Joe Jordan must be particularly pleased at this performance, coming off a poor European game in midweek. Ball played away there by Nyholt for the throw. Ferguson. Robertson's return. Well, McCart not diving in there, but Derek Ferguson again at the heart of an excellent Hearts move. And there's a Motherwell player on the ground requiring attention before the game can continue. Robertson's little flick back. He's been very good in support play this afternoon, Robertson. There's Baker. Tangled legs there at the edge of the area. The referee's nothing amiss. He couldn't have been better positioned. And some unpleasantness here between McLaren and Jamie Dolan. Now there could be trouble here for the Hearts captain. Let's see why here. Played the ball off. And then collided with Jamie Dolan. It was that little kick out with the left foot, I think, which was the offence, which upset the referee. Very close indeed. Well, the head hanging there to Davy Cooper. On other occasions, this would have gone in. It was very, very close, although Henry Smith was across well. Playing that square, looking for Martin. This is Ian Baird. In goes Ferguson, and it's 3-0 to Hearts. It all suddenly looks so easy for Hearts. Fine play by Baird. That's not normally what he's on the field to do. Make those runs on the flank. Chris McCart will be unhappy about this, playing it into the path of Baird, who showed a good turn of pace there, going beyond Martin, and a good run at the near post by Ian Ferguson to make it 3-0. And obviously a landmark for Ian Ferguson, his first goal of the season. Snowden, and now Miller. Bundled over there by Dolan, looks so determined. Kirk to Angus. Here's McCart. Angus again. McCart linking in the right back position. A chance to go inside. Here's Bahul. Cooper. Kirk. It's a fine goal for Motherwell. Beautifully finished. Well, that kind of movement and passing would certainly have profited Motherwell richly earlier in the match. That may have a look of a consolation about it. Chris McCart had such a vital role in the build-up, coming forward in the right back position, and Verhoel played it forward, found a gap there which Cooper exploited with another very good pass, and the finish from Kirk was deadly. Goal number 5 for Steve Kirk. 3-1 it is now to Hearts. Snowden through the gap, there's no offside here. Robertson in the clear. Baird goes to near post. Well, Robertson knew precisely what he was doing there. So did Baird, and he made the run. Only the finish was lacking. Ball in behind the Motherwell defence. Robertson on it in a flash. Looking up to see Baird, trying to set him up with a pass. So Dijkstra goes to collect the ball as the last act of a match which was won comfortably in the end by Hearts, who started to dominate just before John Robertson's opening goal in 19 minutes. Such a deadly finish, and from that point on there really was only one winner. In the second half, the own goal by Brian Martin certainly made life tough for Motherwell. Then a fine goal by Ian Ferguson before Steve Kirk's consolation, which with a better face on the scoreline. But Hearts excellent winners. It's Motherwell 1, Hearts 3.
John, I think you've got a claim over that second goal this afternoon.
Yeah, it's typical strikers one. I did get a good touch on it, and it went past the goalie. It wasn't over the line when Brian Martin got the last touch, but it's certainly going in. So as all good strikers do, I'm taking it.
You're taking it, and I think that makes it almost a landmark for you in League and Cup goals. Is that right?
Yeah, it's 199 now. So hopefully I get another one next week, and that'll be the 200 up. But no, it's good. That's my part of the job, is to score the goals, and we managed it today, and hopefully we can springboard again for this.
Would you accept that your goal, the first goal, was perhaps the most significant event of the afternoon in terms of turning the game your way?
Yeah, it always is. I mean, you come to grounds like Fir Park, and you know you're going to have to battle hard. And to be fair to Motherwell, they had a good chance just before that with Dougie Arnott, had it just over. And it's important you get on top with teams like Motherwell, and you need a goal to do that. And as I said earlier on, we're fortunate enough that we managed to get one in the first half.
You're coming off a disappointing performance in Maruga against Standard Liège. Was that in the minds of the players at all at the start?
No, the manager's told us to forget about it, that part of the week's over, and we've got to start the game. We've got to win at Motherwell, beat Dundee next week, and hopefully carry on to Hibs to get back in with a chance of challenging for the championship again. So we'll take the second leg standard when it comes. It's still 10-14 days away yet, so we'll be ready for that when the manager tells us to be.
You've actually found goals quite difficult to come by in league matches recently, been grinding out results. How do you rate that performance this season? Yeah,
that's probably one of our better performances. We were a bit slow to start, but once we got the first goal, I thought we knocked the ball about really well for the rest of the first half. We weren't getting enough shots on target, and the manager told us at half time. But come the second half, we stepped up a gear, and it could have been more than 3 before Motherwell pulled one back later on.
Well, an aspect of the play seemed to be you were dangerous from various sources this afternoon. Ferguson coming on as substitute to put pressure on the strikers too.
Yeah, Big Fergie, he's an awkward big striker. He brings a new dimension. He's very quick for such a big lad, wins his headers. I thought Ian Baird was magnificent today. He won a lot of headers and put himself about very well, and was unlucky not to score. Is
there optimism now about going a lot further in the league to challenge Rangers?
Yeah, well, we've not given up. I mean, Rangers are well ahead at the moment, but it's a long way to go. It's just over the first quarter. We've closed the gap, and we've still playing at Tynecastle. Rangers have got to go to Parkhead and Pittodrie this quarter as well. So, I mean, everybody's just got to keep in there and try and take points off Rangers. We all seem to be taking points off each other at the moment, and nobody's taking off Rangers. So if we know, maybe gang up a bit and pull each other back into the race.
Yes, Hearts were very impressive this afternoon, and continued that amazing run of success against Motherwell. And Robbo was probably the man of the match, actually, Derek. Would you go along with that?
He played very well. I think he'll be disappointed he wasn't involved in Scotland's match against Portugal, but on today's form he looked very, very good indeed.
Yeah, let's take a look at John Robertson in action then, because it's some lovely touches. He was a goal scorer and also chance maker as well, Derek, wasn't he?
He is, but that was a great turn in the first place. I think Brian Martin just got a bit too close to him there. Rob was a small fellow, small feet to the ground. Look, he just controls it magnificently there. Brian Martin just a wee bit too close to him, turns quickly through the legs. Two of them there, the goalkeeper done as well. But I think his all-round play was fabulous today at John Robertson. He holds the ball up well, even wants to take goals that have nothing to do with him. I mean, really, if that one was going in, then...
Sorry, Robert, you can't have that one. Come on.
It was a tremendous build-up again. Ian Baird, who worked hard, and Tosh McKinley was up and down that line all day. Look, it's like good ball in. Rob was there. Look, now, if that's going in... But as a striker, I would take it as well. You've got to accept that. Here is his free kick. He takes all the free kicks around there, and really the goalkeeper doesn't have much chance with that. Magnificently struck ball. He could have scored 3 or 4 goals today, Robbo. Such a busy little player. Look, he's got the wall there. The keeper actually seems to be standing behind the wall, not giving himself much room there. And the ball cannons back off the post. But here he is again. What about that control? I mean, on his chest, brings it down. He could easily try to turn again, but he lays it off to another teammate who has a shot. Tremendous how he got space for himself. Little side foot in, and there again. I mean, most strikers would have tried the shot there and tried to be greedy, but not Robbo.
He really did play very well indeed. But Derek Ferguson was another outstanding player for Hearts.
Well, he's a player that's promised so much, Derek Ferguson. Talk about Scotland performances. And I'll tell you, if he plays the way he played today, then he'll not be far away. He's not one that shirks responsibilities. He's always there. Whenever you're in trouble, Derek Ferguson's always there to put passes around. And he's just a good player to have on your side. He's good on the ball, very comfortable, never panics, you know, good control. Rather than just hump this into the box. Look, a nice wee side foot there, setting up the chance again. We're unlucky here, Art, just by the back post there. It could have been another goal. Here he is again, the free kick, rather than putting it into the box. He wants to be constructive. Look, drags the defence out there and puts a lovely ball in again. His passing's second to none. Just needs a wee bit of consistency. And if he struck the target a wee bit more, then it'd be even better. For a midfield man who just doesn't score enough goals.
That's right, yeah. But he always has been a very, very good midfield player, Derek Ferguson. Let's talk about Motherwell then. It's one of those days where you just know it wasn't going to go for them.
Well, when you've got something like 6 or 7 players out, you know, the busiest people at Motherwell these days are the doctor and the physiotherapist treating the players. Well, look, this is nothing each, 6 minutes gone. Great chance for Dougie Arnott. Now, if that goes in 1-0, the fans get a lift, the players get a lift, you know, and you go on from there. Even this one at 2-0, Steve Kirk does well, nutmegs him, does everything right, but the ball doesn't go in.
That would have been a great goal, actually.
I mean, at 2-1, I think the Motherwell fans would have roared their team back in, and they may have had a wee chance because they were never in it up to them. I mean, it was all Hearts. Does everything here. Look, sees the goalkeeper down a wee chip, but just by the post, and as soon as that went by, they must have said to themselves, well, it is not our day.